Hey guys, with the pollen levels on the rise, now is a good time to change the pollen filters not only on the DC5 but also on the S2000. So let me take you onto the DC5 first. I did pick up some pollen filters from a local auto factors. So they sold this in two pieces. This is a man filter, so if I just open it up for you guys, you can just see how it is. So on the DC5, I believe the pollen filter is exactly the same size and part number as the one on the EP3. So this one comes in two parts like so. There's some instructions there which we don't need. I will obviously go through how to install this, how to change them. But this is the one from Honda for the S2000. I couldn't pick up an original OEM part for the DC5, but these are just as good. Okay, so first things first, you want to clear your glove box of all the contents. So inside I just have a phone holder and some sunglasses. Now you want to concentrate on either side of these two tabs. We'll have a look at the right hand side one first. Okay, so on the reverse of this tab here, there should be something to pinch. Just lift up the glove box slightly, pinch it out, move it down until you get to a hole and it will come out like so. And just repeat it for the other side. So this is the part that you have to pinch, and then after it will come out, slide it down and through the hole. Just do it to this side as well. Slide it down and out through the hole. With those two tabs out of the way, the glove box will now drop and it will reveal this section behind the glove box. So you want to take off this part. This is where the pollen filter is housed. As simple as that. And remember I said I'm wearing gloves? Well, look how dirty this is. And the trays for the pollen filters, they can slide out as well. So it looks like no pollen filter was actually in this car. Look at the dust here. Look at that. It's really, really dirty. You can slide the next one out as well. So because this never had a pollen filter installed, you have this section here. So you literally have to cut out those four tabs, and we'll use a penknife. Of course guys, be careful about this. Don't want you cutting yourself. So that's the first one. Second one. You can break these, but we just used a penknife. Now with that section, well, we'll call it an arrow for now. With the arrow taken out, you can use a file and file it down if you really want to, but I'm not bothered with it. So let's install the pollen filter. So taking notice of the airflow, we also have this on the pollen filter itself. So we want to place it down. Should be a nice fit. So you also want to take notice that part of the pollen filter has to sit inside that groove there. It'll seat nicely. That side's all fine. So this is the left hand side one. So put it in and slide to the left. And just repeat the process for the right hand side. And reinstall. So with both pollen filter trays now installed, we can put the cover back, but before I do that, I just want to clean up the area a bit, and I'll use this really white cloth and I'll clean it up and it'll show you guys just how dirty it is without the pollen filters. Can you guys see that? It's all black and filthy. And just imagine it, you don't have a pollen filter there, so whatever is coming into the car from the outside, you are literally breathing all of that in. So, replace this cover, put the tabs back in, check that they're secure, done. DC5 done, time to get the S2000. So the pollen filter on the S2000 is actually hidden behind this plastic cover here. So we have to take off these plastic clips. I'll take them off to about halfway. That should give you enough access to the pollen filter itself. With most of the clips removed, you don't want to lose these. They can be a pain to find if you do drop them down the engine somewhere. But if you just lift this up, you can see this plastic thing here. This is the pollen filter housing. And oh my God, from what I can see now, there isn't actually a pollen filter in here. So when I purchased this car, I should have checked for one. But have a look at the state of this. It is so dirty at the moment. Look at that. Just my finger brushing past it. Look at the inside. Look at the difference of that. So I'm going to clean this up first before I install the pollen filter. Okay, so the housing is looking much better. Yes, I shouldn't have done it in front of the car. It is now dirty, but the car was dirty in the first place. It does need a wash. So we're going to take the new filter, and it should be quite easy to replace. So it does look like the pollen filter goes in one way with the foam facing up or down, whichever way you're looking at it. There are some tabs to hold them in place, one on either side and one at the top. So just push them past that, you can feel them clipping in. And that's it. Just replace the plastic clips as well. The pollen filters have finally been changed on both the DC5 and the S2000. I was more surprised that the S2000 didn't have the pollen filter. I've seen some EP3s that don't have the pollen filters, so I wasn't too surprised about the DC5, but this one, it seems like someone took it out and didn't bother replacing it. But we like to buy the best air filters for our engines so that no dust or no debris can get into it. But then for ourselves, the pollen filters, how can we neglect that? We're literally breathing in whatever is coming in from the outside. So I hope you guys check your own pollen filters as well. I should have checked them when I purchased these cars, but I didn't. But now that's a lesson learned for myself. I will always check it. So I hope you guys like this video. I'll see you soon.